Welcome to Go Behind the Ballot, a podcast where two Texas moms go on an educational quest to demystify Texas politics. Join me, Nicole Abshire, and my co-host Claire Campos O'Neill as we deep dive into the most burning issues, hear stories from candidates, and offer hope in these challenging political times. Let's saddle up and go behind the ballot.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to this episode of Go Behind the Ballot. I'm Claire Campos O'Neill.
And I'm Nicole Abshire.
And we have to say at the top, thank you for tuning into this show with Nicole and I as we talk about the end of our food insecurity series and the beginning of something new. That's what we wanted to share with y'all today in this mini episode. So Nicole and I have some fun, exciting changes in the works, and we try to embrace change, know that good things are around the corner, but we wanted to let y'all know that the show is going to look a little bit different in the future. We're going to take a brief pause as we think a little bit more deeply about the direction we want to take this show in. So yes, Nicole, what are some of your first thoughts about this new change, this revamp, however you want to label it?
I know we've struggled, right, with the language of it. Well, it's going to be great. It is very exciting. It is also, we need to be a little bit coy at this point until, everything is really settled. But, yes, sorry, my brain is all over the place. We were talking right before, and I'm trying to think of what things where we want to start with kind of explaining to folks where we're headed and why.
Yeah, well, let's maybe look back. So as a reminder, for y'all who've been with us since the beginning, we launched August 8th of 2022. Not quite a year ago, but we're getting there. And we've had, this will be our 75th episode, which is pretty incredible. When Nicole and I wanted to put this show out there, we knew something that was really important to us was to show up when we said we were going to show up and to keep to a schedule, because so many times podcasters start and then they fade away because podcasting is a lot of work. It's hard to maintain that schedule. So we have our Monday episodes with our guest interviews, and then our Thursday show, which is what you're listening to today, our minis, with just Nicole and I talking about the bigger issue. And we're really proud of ourselves for maintaining that schedule and also integrating a newsletter that we launched, I think, in November. So every week our listeners get a really cool recap of the show and just a nice little, summation of our top takeaways from the program. But the biggest struggle for us has been, and this is common with many podcasters, is sustainability. Is a lot of people start podcasts because they're passionate about a particular thing or they want to grow their business. It's very hard to start a podcast and have that be your job. We've come to learn. I mean, there's sure like the Joe Rogans of the world, but oh my goodness, like, come on. That's very much the exception, not the rule. So we've been like, how do we sustain? And the conclusion we've come to is to organize as a nonprofit organization, which we are going to be doing with another fabulous person. This will be coming down the pike soon. So subscribe to our newsletter as we give y'all more updates in the future. But that's the model we're going to lean into, because what we really do at the end of the day is civic education and help give people ideas on how to be more civically involved. So because this is sort of in the DNA of our show, we were like, it makes sense for us to become a nonprofit because a lot of them are about specific missions, and our mission is to educate folks. And we've always said that we want to try to be as fair as possible, leading with common sense and curiosity and questions, and not so much partisanship. So this feels like the nice natural progression for us. Right,
yes,
Nicole?
You said that beautifully.
Thank you.
Yeah. And this is after a lot of, my goodness, we've attended conferences, we have attended webinars, we've looked at all the different possibilities for the ways that we could sustain and monetize. And this feels the most authentic to what we want this show to be, what it already is. And so these decisions have been made with a lot of evaluation and thinking and discussions. So we feel really, really good about it.
Right. And something we wanted to do in the beginning, and it's just taken a little bit of time to get off the ground, is simultaneously create some sort of community where people who are super engaged can come to and connect with one another, us and one another as well. And we do have a Patreon now, but there's a high likelihood that's going to morph into it's going to transfer over to a different platform where that communication is a little bit easier to do. And we would also have things like live online events there, webinars. So we have ideas on how to grow this as time goes on. And the good news is we have the rhythm of the podcast, which will sort of be our foundation. And we're going to mix in more educational tools and opportunities for people. So we're really excited about where it's going to go. And as always, we would love to know what y'all want to know more about. I think we're going to stay similar in our format of looking at a particular issue over a few weeks so that we can dig a little bit deeper. And we have ideas, of course, of what we want to discuss, but let us know what you want us to talk about. And the other thing for regular listeners, y'all will know, is we try to talk about things in a way that you can go back to them a month from now, a year from now, and it's still relevant. That's called evergreen content. But maybe y'all want something more current events, current news. Let us know that. I mean, if you have a preference, we're hoping to have enough resources to maybe have multiple shows at some point. So give us that feedback on what you think is missing in the Texas media landscape, because we really want to fill that void of providing valuable information that is very factual, with some personality infused, and that's interesting. So folks, keep tuning in week after week.
Yes. And that is pro-democracy. That is also at the heart of what we do. So,
yes, the democracy component is huge because if you don't know how to fight against the thing, you're going to lose. And as we've been learning in our podcast series, things are not going the direction most people want. And many people feel powerless. And it's easy to just kind of accept that as the status, as a state of things, but it doesn't have to be. And that's when we try to find those activists who are doing the work and amplify their voice and work with them to make that change happen. And we can do it. And hopefully this show and the community we build will be a place where people can find us, and then we can plug them into places that really resonate with their values and what they want to see more of. Because we can do this. I mean, we're fortunate that we're in a country where we have the ability to influence policy. Many of us just don't know how to, but we're gonna demystify that process. And hopefully you're like, yeah, you have been doing that. And we'll be like, yeah, right, we have, right?
That's our goal. That's what we've been aiming for. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So changes are coming, but they're going to be for the better. So make sure that you are subscribed to this show, because there will be a little bit of a break between this episode and the next. But if you're subscribed, when that new episode comes, it will go directly to your podcast channel, wherever you listen. And also tune into our newsletter, and you can sign up. If you are on your podcast app. We have a link there, or go to our website, gobehindtheballot.com, and you can submit your info, because we would love to add you to our newsletter. And follow. We're like all over social media, so that's also a good place to find us.
Yes. All the links, they're everywhere. We're not hard to find, but it just maybe requires a teensy bit of effort, but we're easy to find.
Yes. And another cool bonus of us becoming a nonprofit is that your donations to help sustain the show will be tax deductible at some point in the future. So that's a cool, I guess, selling point. I don't know, buy-in, because you'll be supporting our work and helping us continue the work, because we need more good stories regarding politics to be told.
That's for sure. Yeah. And specifically Texas, I think, has a real need for that to be part of the narrative, that there is hope here, and that we can bring something different if we all get together and fight for that change.
Mm-hmm. We're going to do it together. All right. Well, thank you again for listening. Y'all are the best. We really do appreciate you spending some time with us. So, as I mentioned, stay tuned and we will return very soon. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you, everybody, for joining me, Nicole Abshire, and my co-host, Claire Campos O'Neill, on Go Behind the Ballot. Hopefully, we've demystified some little portion of Texas politics, and we hope that you'll do more with us. Check out our website at www.gobehindtheballot.com, where you'll find links to all of our social media, and you will find our community. Let's join together and do more. We hope you'll let us know what is working, and we hope you'll join us next week. Thanks, everybody, and have a good one.